Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Age of Calamity. I've been doing some farming off screen to hopefully try and get Daruk and Rivali up to snuff, getting some weapons for them, getting some rupees, just doing some prep work. And I guess I see no reason why we shouldn't just jump right into a mission, and then we'll do some of these side quests in between. I think I'm gonna do this one first, just because I'm a little bit more worried about it than I am the other one. So I'm sure it'll go all right, since, like I say, I've been doing some prep work for Daruk and Rivali. So we'll see how it goes. Malice Guardian, great. That's what I wanted first thing. All right. Oh, that actually went pretty well. Alright. Yeah, that's not too bad. I did a little bit of practice too with the rook just to make sure that I kind of understood what I was doing. I think I have a better idea, but it's a little hard to describe, but just like the way he moves is a little strange to me. But I don't think it'll be too bad. See, look at that. We're already almost halfway through it. Or this one, anyway. Cool. Yeah, it's like he moves very kind of lopsided, I almost want to say. Oh, okay. Where it's like, you know, whereas Mipha's always my go-to example because I love every aspect of fighting as Mipha. But, you know, she's very, as you might expect, you know, very smooth and graceful in her movements. So I find her a lot easier to control and a lot easier to, like, I find her combos are a lot easier for me to execute, and she doesn't, like, you know, you can see Daruk kind of like stops and jitters forward, whereas Mipha just kind of smoothly glides forward in her moves. Again, it's kind of hard to explain. You kind of have to get the feel for it yourself by playing it. But, yeah, I don't know. It's like Daruk definitely has some potential here, but I still would put him in, like, the lower tiers of my rankings as a fighter. But I don't know. This is going pretty well so far, actually. A lot better than I expected. I did do some of the strategy that I was, or the tactics that I was talking about, where I took Daruk in with me while I was farming, just so we could get the experience even passively. I found the way that it suggested that you grind for rupees online was, it said that you should. There was that hair width trial, the first one that we did. It suggested that you do that and also get some dubious food, which increases your rupee count. But what I was actually doing was there was a mission where we were trying to recover mighty bananas from the Yiga clan. And so in that mission, I get a whole bunch of rupees from the mission itself, and then on top of that, get a whole bunch of bananas and sell them to the chef. Like, there was that one mission in the Gerudo Desert where it's like you can repeatedly sell bananas to a chef who wanted to perfect his cooking with them. So yeah, I just sold a bunch of them off and got 1,000 rupees per 100 bananas. So yeah, it was good. I should have, in retrospect, looked at the cost of bananas, because like if the bananas are more than 10 rupees per banana, then I suppose it's actually probably more worthwhile to just sell the bananas straight up. But I didn't think of it, and doing that method got me more than enough rupees than what I needed for, you know, upgrading everyone and all that kind of stuff. All that to say, I think we're pretty well prepared for this, and this does seem to be going well, so all's well that ends well. Yeah, you know, I was I think it was on the last episode that I was talking about Infinity War and the premise behind that movie and all that kind of stuff. You know, I've been thinking a lot about, you know, what would you do with that kind of infinite power? Just be very interesting. I remember there was one time I had this dream where, you know, I had the Infinity Stones, and my friend was very sick. And for some reason, like, you know, I was like, you know, I have these things, and I can basically do whatever I want, so I can help you feel better. And she was just like, no, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to be a burden or anything like that. And it's like, it's literally no trouble at all. But she just kept saying, no, no, I don't want you to do that. And I felt, especially after I woke up and like processed what was happening, I was like, what? Why? Why would you not want to be cured by god gems? Owie. There we go. Oh, that was interesting. I can't dodge cancel out of that. Daruk just kind of does his stasis thing regardless. But yeah, so like, you know, I've been thinking a lot about the philosophy of immortality and things like that. Like, you know, there are all kinds of stories about how it might suck to be immortal. But part of me wonders, it's like, the human brain is very good at rationalizing these sorts of things. So like, what if all these stories are just humans sort of writing off the fact that immortality is basically impossible, as far as we know? Because, you know, eventually the universe is gonna, you know, the heat death of the universe will be an eventuality. And even though it's so far off from our timeline, if you're immortal, then you're gonna face it at some point. So, you know, all these stories about how it would suck would be like humans just sort of writing it off like, oh, fine, I didn't want to be immortal anyway. Grumble, grumble, grumble. You know what I mean? I don't know. I find that kind of thing very interesting. Oh, and also we beat the level. How did I do better in that level when I was like not even thinking about it than in other levels where I actually tried? Oh well. I'll take the win. Cool. And we got some terracotta parts and ethereal stones. Oh. More stuff. A perfectly honed body. Hey, we have enough stones. Awesome. Sure, Daruk may be tougher than steel, but he wants to boost his endurance even more. That will mean standing down is rough. Oh, yes. Yeah, we did that one. Well, we might as well. After scrubbing with some hardy gems, Daruk's endurance is now second to none. Even if he had to face massive wave monsters, the buffed Koron would surely come out on top. Summon magma bombs. That sounds pretty cool, actually. Got 50 amber from the people of Eldon. Neat. And that finishes out the Eldon region, too. Help those with problems in the Eldon region make the world a happier place. Well, we've done that. You helped everyone with problems in Eldon and received some things useful for combat. You've raised everyone's spirits and made the world somewhat brighter. Headpiece made by Gerudo Craftworkers. It's set with a ruby, a gem that harnesses the power of fire. Such headpieces always catch the eye of astute fashionistas. Alright. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Okay. Well, that looks like that's going to be a pretty tough mission. So I will, whoops, actually. I want to switch to my more powerful light scale trident. Cool. Oh, and we did confirm that there is a third row of hearts available. So, Mifa's on her third row now. Yeah, there was that mission where we... Oop, okay. Where we had +3 hearts, and I was wondering if that meant that Mifa wasn't maxed out. Well, apparently she wasn't. So, she can get even more powerful than she is now. Because that's what she needed. She needed to be even more powerful than before. Not that I'm complaining, of course. Get him. Okay. Yeah, I'd be, I don't really know what I want to do with my YouTube channel too much. I mean, I think I'd like to upload Let's Plays. I almost hesitate to call them Let's Plays because it'd be more like just me playing the game. But you know, a Let's Play typically has the connotation that you'd necessarily be adding commentary over it, and I'm not sure if I want to always add commentary. There might be some days where I just feel like just playing the game, you know? But all that's way off in the future. Like I say, I really don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. But maybe I'll make some videos about philosophy and, you know, fictional, like, creative writing stuff. I don't know. It's kind of a blank slate at the moment, and it's kind of cool, actually. I'm excited to see what ideas I have, and maybe we'll there we go. There are plenty of opportunities to explore. We'll see what happens. Come on, there we go. Cool. Valiant effort, but not enough you'll find. This was over long before it began. Yeah, you've said something to that effect before, and that didn't pan out very well for you. That's interesting. So sometimes when I do that combo, it sends like a wave in front of me, and that wave travels for a long time and just sweeps enemies in the path, and then it impacts and does the big vortex, but sometimes it just hits the enemy directly in front of me and just instantly, you know, gets the vortex going. I don't quite know what happens there, but ouch. But it doesn't seem to be too big a deal. Even if it doesn't, you know, travel that long distance, it's still quite useful for, excuse me, for, you know, short-range burst damage. Oh my goodness. I just noticed that there are 7 hollows. That's a little well, actually, is that 7 is including the 4 of the other champions, right? It's not 7 Link hollows in addition to the others. Awesome. Also awesome. Half the time limit remains. Well, I think we'll be alright, especially now that we just leveled up and got some special attack gauges going. That gate has opened. Well, then I guess it's time for Aster to die. Your power is mine for the taking. So you say. Oh, come on. There we go. I was playing some... I was kind of experimenting with, like, I guess you could say with the difficulties. As in, I went back to an earlier level while I was grinding to see, like, if the weak point gauges were affecting those in a noticeable way. And, yeah, it was actually quite a huge difference on those earlier levels, even though on these, like, later, tougher missions, it's a little harder to see the difference, I think. But that's fine. Oh, we got him. Awesome. For no desire to die a meaningless death, I shall withdraw for now. And I also tested out the Blood Moon. Like, I fought a mission, and immediately after that, it actually turned into a Blood Moon mission. So I basically did it back to back in normal mode and Blood Moon mode, and I did see the difference then. That was the level where we met Urbosa. So it was fairly early on too. So it was really easy to see the difference in difficulty. I think it was just harder to notice the first time around because the enemies we were fighting were just more difficult. So yeah, I don't know. Oh, come on. You learn that a legendary blacksmith is in the castle dungeon. When you ask him how to make weapons stronger, he asks for proof of your skill with weapons first. Show him you're worthy. Okay. Let's do a couple of these. Oh, what's this down here? Need some durians. Oh, is that gonna... it's King... Dang it. Okay. I don't know. Let's do this one real quick. Hestu and the Koroks are worried about the great Deku Tree, who seems to be in low spirits. Hestu wants to brighten his day with music and dancing. Can you help him prepare? Sure. Extra weapon capacity is good. Hestu sang and danced with the Koroks so happy that the great Deku Tree couldn't help cheering up. So Hestu showed you his happy dance. Shaky shaka. Awesome. Extra 3 weapon slots is good. What was that? Oh, another one. Oh my god. Okay. Koroks are feeling the heat of the Gerudo area. Hestu says if they can't beat the heat, they should join it. With a fiery samba dance, just in case, get them heat-resistant supplies. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan, actually. I think that's actually probably a good place to leave it off for now. I'm gonna grind down... I'm gonna, like, get these key swings and, I guess those are star fragments. Are there many places to get star fragments? Yeah, there's a couple levels scattered around that'll give me fragments. So yeah, I'm gonna work on getting those materials, and we'll beef up the king before we go on to that mission, and when we come back we'll get started on what appears to be kind of the last of these missions. It looks like there's still quite a number of things to do in Central Hyrule. And maybe a couple more in Akala? Yeah, it looks like there's still a few more things scattered around. But we're definitely getting close to the end. What's our actual percentage? Yeah, we're at 88% of total completion. So, yeah, it looks like it might only be a couple more episodes here. But I think it'll have to, like I say, it'll just wait till the next episode. And I'll get prepped in the meantime. So, thank you all for joining me on this episode, and I will see you all on the next one.